Well everyone, we did it. With all of your help out there, I hit 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so much. It means so much to me that I'm able to help out so many people. I wasn't even sure if I would ever get to this point. I definitely didn't think I would get here that fast. So I figured for anyone out there that was interested, I would make a video about how I was able to reach 1,000 subscribers in less than 4 months. So watching this video all the way through will give you all the tips that I learned along the way, and to me just some truths about my journey and what it really takes, I think, to be a part-time YouTuber and to grow as quickly as I did. And if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you can join our growing family here on YouTube. I'll talk about engineering, personal finance, and just life here in Hawaii. So I'm gonna start off with just my own background. To me, I'm just a 26-year-old regular dude. Like, I have no social media experience, and if you ask any of my friends, they probably didn't even think I was actually gonna do this. I had like 400 followers on Instagram, and that was mostly just friends that I met throughout my life. And I really didn't even post that often. You can look, you can check out my Instagram at KIKoga. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. Yeah, I'm just not a social media guy. I've also had no camera or video editing experience. I just went and bought a camera and just started filming, and I just used this free program called Shotcut that I had to watch YouTube videos to learn how to use. And I also didn't participate in like these small YouTuber Facebook groups or like finding all these people and like market myself out to different places. I did join one of the like small YouTuber boost groups or something like that, but honestly, a bunch of that was kind of like toxic posts and things like that, so I didn't really use that at all to my advantage. All I did to drive external traffic to my channel was posting an Instagram story just to let people know that I had a video coming out. What I did do, however, which I think gave me a competitive advantage, is that I took Graham Stephan's YouTube course. And I'll link to his course down below because I think he did a really good job with the course. Graham is a finance YouTuber, and he's actually one of the people that inspired me to create a channel. For me, it was really good. It was just like a one-stop shop for like all the information, honestly, I think you really need to grow on YouTube. But I will say there's probably like 70 to 80% of the content in this course you can find online for free. You just need to go around and look for it, and I think that's why it's kind of worth paying the money for Graham's course, just to have it all in one place. And I will say this for anyone who's thinking about creating a YouTube channel now. I thought I was too late back in October when I first started in 2020. I thought it was too saturated. I honestly didn't know if anyone was really gonna watch me. I probably felt I might just embarrass myself, which maybe I am, I don't know. But as of making this video now, there's 2,000 of you out there who actually care about what I have to say and are actually getting some value out of my content, which honestly means the world to me. So thank you so much for being there. So that's my background. I just want to give you a taste of where I'm coming from and how I really believe that anyone can kind of just pick this up. But now here I'll give you some timelines of the milestones that I hit throughout my YouTube journey. So I started my channel on October 5th, 2020. And it took me 16 days to get my first 100 subscribers. And I got these 100 subscribers from my really good friends out there that were just trying to support me. I posted on my Instagram, and that's what drove some traffic to my first video, probably people interested in what is this guy doing with his life. And that might have been about like maybe 40 to 50 subscribers maybe. And then the other 50 was me commenting on other YouTube channels, whether it was big channels, small channels, just trying to drive some sort of traffic to my own. So I think it's actually more important to focus on how long it took me to get the next 100 subscribers. So on Thanksgiving, November 25th, is when I actually got my next 100 subscribers and I had 200 subs. It took 16 days to get that first 100, but it took a little over a month to get my real 100 of just like organic subscribers. I hit 500 subscribers on January 3rd, 2021. And then as I noticed that some of my videos were picking up, mainly my project engineering video, which I'll talk a little bit about later, I could see that there was some sort of demand for videos in the construction engineering sector, and people liked my What I Spent in a Week in Hawaii video, and that helped drive a lot of traffic to my channel. So on January 23rd, 2021, I hit my first 1,000 subscribers. I then hit my 4,000 hours of watch time, which is when you get monetized, on February 2nd, 2021. And I got approved by YouTube a day later, so I was able to put ads on my videos. And on February 6, 2021, that was when I actually hit my next 1,000 subscribers, and I hit 2,000. So as you can see, those first few months are so critical, but they're also the hardest. And I'll be totally honest with you, when I was around that 200 sub range and I was working hard, making videos, staying up till like 12, 1 in the morning maybe, I honestly felt like, what am I really doing? Is anyone really interested in what I have to say? This is kind of ridiculous. But I continued to push through. I kind of trusted my own process, and I'm really so glad that I did. And now that you know a little bit of the timeline of things, now I'm going to talk about some of the basics of YouTube in order for you to grow your channel. And so yes, there are some one-hit wonders out there for YouTube where people's channels just blow up out of nowhere. But I would argue for the majority of people, there's certain steps that you need to take in order for you to actually get noticed out here. And that's what I'm going to share with you now. So starting out with number one, which I think is the most important thing to understand, is YouTube SEO, or search engine optimization. What in the world is that? Search engine optimization is just every YouTuber's fancy way of saying you're creating your content in ways that it can be searchable. So you want your title for your video, your tags, and your description to all line up so that when someone searches something in YouTube, your video pops up. So the goal of this whole thing is that whatever search word you're actually trying to target, when someone searches that, you're one of the first people on their page when it shows up. So this is a lot easier said than done. What I thought is that if I put the same words in my title, description, and tags, I would automatically show up on the first page. But if you're going after something that is really popular, or that there's so many people in the sector that are making that sort of content, you're still not going to show up even if your video is optimized for search. So I'll give you an example of my own videos. So say if you search like investing for beginners or investing 101, something along those lines, that was the keyword that I was trying to target with my first investing videos. So I had my title match, I had my description match, I had all my tags match. So I thought, well, I'm on the fast track to glory. Nope. I didn't show up anywhere, and I thought, you know, maybe it takes a couple days, things like that, but the fact of the matter is the finance sector now really is quite saturated. So it's really tough to stand out when you're making those really basic videos that everybody else is making. So the search terms that I actually initially showed up for, which is what I attribute a lot of my channel growth to, was project engineer construction and living in Hawaii. And I think now construction management as well. So if you look up any of those key terms, I'm pretty sure I show up somewhere on that page. I hope, or this will be really embarrassing for the video. But that's the kind of stuff that you're going for as a small YouTuber. As they say, it's better to be seen in a really small pool than not to be seen at all and lost in a big pool. So just keep that in mind, and that rolls really nicely into my next point about finding your niche or niche. No idea which one is right. So if you've watched a million of these YouTube growth videos, you probably already know that you need to have some sort of focused niche. And what really stuck for me is you really think about just regular TV channels that you watch. When you go into National Geographic, they're not also showing highlights of football games. They're specific. There's a reason why you go to that channel, and that's kind of how you have to run your channel. But if you want to be seen very quickly as a small YouTuber, you're gonna have to target an even deeper niche than you really believe. So what do I mean by that? So personal finance is not deep enough. Even construction management, when I first started out, was probably not super deep enough. When I went down the project engineer in construction route, that's what kind of got my channel going. The more specific you are, the more chances you give yourself of being seen, and then you can expand and grow from there. So number 3 is the analytics that I think you really should just be focusing on. And that's click-through rate and watch time. All the other things, views, whatever, honestly, I would just throw all that out. Click-through rate is, are you attracting people to actually click on your video? Because if people aren't clicking on your video, nobody's watching your content. And that just means you have to have some sort of attractive thumbnail and title. So my click-through rate on this channel is about 6%. And watch time. Watch time is key. YouTube really cares about keeping people on their platform. So your watch time is a very good indication to YouTube if your channel is even worth promoting. If you have a low watch time and people are clicking out after like 10 seconds or 2 minutes or whatever, YouTube's likely not going to push your stuff. And what you'll find when you become a creator is that most people can't watch your videos all the way to the end, no matter how short your video becomes. And that's why people say that you want to make your videos about 8 to 10 minutes long, just so that you can increase your watch time. So my average watch time is about 5 minutes per view, and I try to make sure that people are watching like around 40 to 50% of my video at least. If it's less than that, I know that my video probably wasn't that good. And by focusing on these 2 things alone and trying to tune out all the other noise was really helpful for me to just keep growing my channel. Number 4 is consistency. I really think that my consistency with my YouTube channel is really what helped me grow. I vowed myself that I would post twice a week for a year, and I made sure to do everything in my power to keep that schedule. No excuses, nothing would keep me from posting twice a week. Making sure that your audience, no matter how small they are, can expect you every single week and you keep kind of popping up in their life. Consistency is key. And here's the last basic, number 5, which I tried to do, but it didn't really get too much traction, but I've seen it work on a lot of smaller YouTuber channels. is to talk about trending topics. So for example, when I saw a lot of people in the finance industry just starting up, I saw them talking about things like the stimulus check when it was a big deal. And when that whole GameStop thing happened, when people jumped on those videos automatically got a lot of views because people were frantically searching for it on YouTube. So I've seen a bunch of small channels grow because of these trending topics. For me to make a good video about a topic that just kind of pops up out of nowhere, I feel like I need to dedicate a lot of research and time, which is something I just don't have throughout the week when I'm working a full-time job. But I've seen it work time and time again, so that's just a tip for anyone that's trying to grow a YouTube channel out there. Maybe you can jump on that train. So here's my own personal advice. Advice that you won't see out there in the world because it's just coming from my heart. Starting out with number 1, making your goals process-oriented. Now, what do I mean by that? Having a goal like I want to hit 1,000 subscribers in a year is not process-oriented. That's just some sort of objective. Process means digging into how you're going to get those 1,000 subscribers. You're going to get it through things like consistency. You're going to get it through SEO. Those kinds of things, and making sure that you're focusing on the process of getting there than the actual end result. So that's why my goal was just to post 2 videos a week for 1 year. It made things easier when it was very easy to get hung up in the numbers and when my channel wasn't really growing that much. When I could celebrate the win of just posting the 2 videos in the week, as opposed to focusing on, oh my god, I only got 1 subscriber today and I'm supposed to average 3 per day for the whole year. How am I gonna do this? Is that if you're not enjoying the process, the result will never come. Because it's already so hard to get that result that if you're not enjoying your journey on the way to there, that's when you're gonna give up and quit. So process goals. So my other one, number 2, is that though I said I got some subscribers and I got some views and things like that from commenting on other YouTube channels, after you hit like 100 subscribers, I'll cut that out. There are a couple of small YouTubers that are really there with you throughout the whole process and you can comment on each other's videos. But what I found is that when I was subscribed to so many channels and when I wanted to leave comments on people's videos, I wanted to actually support these YouTubers. So I was spending all this time, like hours and hours, watching their content, leaving good comments on their channel, and I was neglecting my own content. So especially if you're doing this part-time and you're working a full-time job, you really only have so much time, and that time really should be dedicated into your own channel. So yes, to get some of that social proof and have those 100 subscribers, go for it. I don't fault you for it. You know, comment away and just get yourself out there. But after a certain while, you really need to focus more on what you're doing yourself than focusing on the other channels. If you have the time for it, go for it, but quite frankly, I didn't. And my channel really started to grow when I took that next step and just really focus on my own stuff. So number 3, so I have a couple of videos that I guess I want to say went viral, but it got a decent amount of views. And what I noticed that these videos did not go viral initially. The traction for these videos came like a month or like weeks afterwards. So don't get discouraged. Your video may just be waiting to get picked up by the algorithm. And that's why the whole thing of like SEO, consistency, all that stuff, if you have that good foundation, and once it gets picked up, if the video is set up properly, it can be shown to all the right types of people. So that's one thing I learned. I'll throw some screenshots up here of like when my videos kind of started to take off, like the ones in my day in the life or what I spent in a week in Hawaii. As you can see at the beginning, I didn't really have that many views, but just over time, just something happened within the algorithm when they were looking at my videos and maybe the consistency in my channel. And that's what ended up pushing my video out to other people. So number 4 is to see what's working with your channel and then start making more videos about that topic. So like a big one for me is that my first video that started to get real traction was my project engineering construction videos. I think it was like 10 things that you'll go through as a PE. And like just one day I saw this video just start to get a bunch of views and I was wondering like why? Because I actually, that was my only video on engineering at the time. And when I saw that I thought, you know, maybe there's some sort of market for this. So I made a few more videos after that about engineering. And that's when I really saw my channel to kind of start to grow. So when you're looking through your analytics, see which videos these people are subscribing to, why they're coming to your channel, what they're here for, and make content catered to them. Because your audience, all of my subscribers out there are honestly the most important people to me. So I need to make sure that the content that I'm generating is for them. And then while you're going through that, seeing your different types of content, you need to continuously improve your channel, make minor adjustments, see what's working, see what's not, and don't just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Always try to keep improving. And the last one, and probably the most important one, is do not do this for the money. This is tough work. I'm talking about me staying up till like 2 a.m. editing videos and going into work at 6:30 a.m. the following day. For free. I wasn't getting paid anything. And even when I got monetized, for all of you out there, I'm only making like $20 a day. So if you're doing this for the money, if you're not passionate about the things you're talking about, if you think you're just gonna be making buku bucks once you get monetized with 1,000 subscribers, you're gonna be sadly mistaken. You're not gonna stick with it. So this whole YouTube thing really has to be about you wanting to provide value to the world and just helping out other people. And if that's what keeps you going, I think your subscribers and your viewers will like that and they'll be able to notice, and you'll create a pretty good YouTube channel. Well, that's it for me. If you have any further questions, please comment below. I would love to help anybody else out that feels like they're in maybe a similar position than me, because I was there at one time. I was watching all of these videos and I wanted to know how I was going to grow my channel on YouTube. Any questions on this, I would love to help anybody out. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can join our growing family here on YouTube. I really appreciate all your time. Thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers, and I'll see you guys on the next video.